I didn't notice it at first, the extra bites, the second plates, the casual. Can you just finish this for me? My name is Jason, and somewhere between weekend buffets and late night takeout, I had gained 25 pounds without realizing how it was happening. It started small, she'd pile her plate high, laugh about having eyes bigger than her stomach, and slide what she couldn't eat over to me like it was nothing, and I'd finish it because that's what you do, right? You don't waste food, you don't make it awkward, you just take care of it. But over time it stopped feeling like a favor and started feeling like a pattern. Every restaurant, every buffet, every time she ordered too much, there was this silent expectation that I would clean it up like I was part of the meal, not the person eating it. I tried joking about at once, saying I felt like a human garbage disposal, and she laughed, but didn't stop. If anything, it got worse because now it was a joke. Something light, something easy to ignore, until I looked in the mirror one morning and didn't recognize myself, not just physically, but mentally. I felt stuck, like I had trained myself to accept something I didn't even agree with, and that's when I started paying attention. Not just to the food, but to her reactions when I slowed down or said I was full, the slight irritation, the guilt trips, the come on, it's just a few bites, like my boundaries were optional depending on her convenience. The breaking point came last week at a buffet. She loaded her plate like always, barely touched half of it, and pushed the rest toward me without even asking, just assuming I'd take it. And for the first time, I didn't move, I just sat there and said no. She blinked like she didn't understand, like the script had suddenly changed. What do you mean no? She asked, and I said it again, calmer this time. I'm full, I'm not eating that. The silence between us felt heavier than anything on that table, and then came the reaction, not confusion, not concern, but anger. She said I was overreacting, that I was making a big deal out of nothing, that it was just food. But it wasn't just food, it was months of ignoring how I felt, months of turning me into a solution for her habits, instead of respecting me as a person. And when I didn't back down, she said something that stuck. You've always been okay with it before. And that's when it hit me. I hadn't been okay. I had just been quiet, and there's a difference. I stood up, paid my part of the bill, and walked out without finishing anything. For the first time in a long time, I chose myself over keeping the peace. Later that night, she texted saying I embarrassed her, that I changed suddenly, but I didn't reply because the truth is I didn't change, I just stopped accepting something that was never right in the first place. And here's the part I didn't expect. A few days later, one of her friends reached out and told me she used to do the same thing to her ex, too, turning him into the one who carried her excess until he finally left, and suddenly everything made sense. It wasn't about me, it was a pattern, and I had finally stepped out of it. So tell me, did I do the right thing or not?